Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Zen and Zea. Look at his face. Happy birthday. Good morning.
Zen. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Blow your candle,
Blow
please.
your candle. Ate, happy birthday. Blow together. Blow together. Go to Zen. 1, 2, 3. Blow, blow. Blow, Zen.
Blow.
It's okay. Happy birthday.
I think that's Zen.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Kiss si daddy. Big kiss si daddy. Daddy. Kiss daddy. Kiss daddy. Happy birthday. May the Lord bless you always. We always say
Kiss.
thank you to Jesus. Di ba, ate?
Kiss. Where's my kiss?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Turn the drop now.
Hey to you. Yay. Blow, blow, blow.
Mapa?
Yay. Have faith to believe. 'Cause what if your blessings come to raindrops? What if your healing comes to tears? What if 1,000 sleepless nights are what it takes to know you're near? What if trials of this life are your mercies in disguise? Okay, before we proceed with our opening prayer to be led by Mama Riza, we'll have a short devotion. I'll just read to you and share to you what I have learned sa preaching ng isang famous pastor. So this is credit from the Grace to You, John MacArthur. So the title of the sermon actually is, you can have the title of the sermon is Creating Shape for Children. So God has designed that society exists in families. God designed the family. God created man and woman and said, make families. God repeated that, first of all, when he said that in Genesis 1, there was Adam and Eve, and then after he had destroyed the whole world and came back to Noah, he reiterated that command in the 9th chapter of Genesis. Make families. Fill the earth. Families are the unit that passes on truth and righteousness from generation to generation. Families are the units that provide discipline and instruction and therefore create civilization. They hold society together. God has already established His divine pattern for the family. So there are 5 things that are foundational that we need to learn, and it's very important. And also as a parent, for me and Mark, it's a great lesson for us. So first, foundational things is children are a blessing from God. That's where we have to start. They are not a problem, they are not a trial, they are a blessing from God. Second principle to understand is parenting is a blessing. This is partner with the first point. Parenting is a blessing. There are 3 times in the Proverbs where it talks about a son making a father's heart glad. Proverbs 29:17 says, correct a son and he will give you rest. Yes, he will give delight to your soul. Third principle, parenting is measured by the parents and not the children. The principle of Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Children are a testimony to parenting. A New Testament equivalent of that would be in Luke 6:40. When a man is fully trained, he will be like his teacher. You will be responsible for shaping your children, yung mga parents out there. And soon to be married and parent then. They will be what you lead them to be. They will become what you allow them to become. They will take the shape that you have provided for them in your parenting. Nothing you do guarantees their salvation. That's not what that is saying. But it is saying your children will be the products of your parenting. And that's why the third point is parenting is measured by the parents. Not the talent of the child, not the beauty of the child, but the effort of the parents. Fourth thing to think about with regard to that is parenting is the child's most powerful influence. It's more powerful than culture. It's more powerful than peers. It's more powerful than media because parenting can control all of that. It is a full-time responsibility. And then Deuteronomy 6:7 says, "You shall teach them diligently to your sons, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up." That's parenting. It's non-stop, 24 hours, non-stop kapanitin parent. You bind them as a sign on your hand, so that they basically affect what you do. You put them as a frontlets on your forehead so that they effectively control what you think. That's the symbolism there. You write them in the doorpost of your house and on your gates, so that when you come in and you go out, the law of the Lord dominates everything. This is how parents have the greatest influence. Fifth sort of foundational truth is parenting is God's plan for man. The exemption is not to be a parent because if you don't have parents, you don't have any more people. Diba? Walang mga anak. God designed as a sexual creature, sexual beings, and that can only be fulfilled in a union between man and a woman in a lifelong marriage. So anything other than that is devastatingly corrupting. So as Christians and as a church, we need to lead the world in upholding marriage and children as God's most precious blessing in all of human life. Look, first of all, marriage is a grace of life, right? Right, Dad? Sorry. It's what the New Testament says. So secondly, children are a blessing from the Lord. And the promise is that you raise them in the correct way. When they're old, they will demonstrate that way that you have poured into their lives. So this is God's design. Children must be ruled. They must be disciplined. They must be taught because they lack four things. Yung mga bata daw, they lack four things. They lack wisdom, they lack stature, they lack favor with God, and they lack favor with man. So in other words, they are deficient mentally, they are deficient physically, they are deficient socially, and they are deficient spiritually. It takes a non-stop concerted effort to move them out of those deficiencies into a place where they receive wisdom and growth to strength, favor with God, and favor with man. So God cares about the social aspect of life, about physical aspect, about the mental aspect, as well as the physical aspect. They come into the world, they are deficient. Yung mga bata daw, their social skills are non-existent. They just scream whatever they want. They fight, they argue, they go places and do things that you don't want them to do. Correct, diba? They have no social skills. They have no spiritual understanding. They are weak and vulnerable, tossed to and fro. They have no wisdom and no discernment. So what you've got is a little reprobate sinner that is utterly deficient in every area of existence. And your responsibility, our responsibility as a parent and as a titas, before God, and your great joy is to eliminate those deficiencies sa buhay nila. So if you don't do that, you get the kind of man Proverbs 13:11 talks about, who curses his father and doesn't bless his mother. Yung mga pasaway ng mga bata. So you get the kind of man who mocks a father and scorns a mother. So what do you do as a parent? You have the responsibility and the joy and the privilege and the command to raise children to be obedient. That means you have to be the instrument that God uses to help them increase in wisdom, stature, favor with God, and favor with man. So we need more good Christian marriages. Kailangan magpakasal na daw. And we need more wonderful Christian families. The world needs more, and you have nothing to fear because this is a divine calling. You do it in the power of Christ and the strength of the Spirit, and the Lord will use it to make your family a blessing. So it's a great lesson din sa amin ni Mark. Hopefully may nakuha tayong lesson for this. I am so blessed with this message. That's why I'm sharing it to you. So credit to Praise School and John MacArthur. So thank you po for coming here with us. Zen, happy birthday, Zen!
Happy birthday, Zen!